Hello everyone and welcome back. So in the part one of the lecture recording, I have been through the logic modeling and the various other content which were involved, such as developing a Gantt chart, budget, so on and so forth. Guys, I would like to highlight that please don't mind my minor addition. I always have a habit of adding a few finishing touches. So you may see in the lecture recording over here, I have written lecture, but then I add few minor edits, such as when I upload these PowerPoint slides on your canvas. Now it's written part one. So don't mind these minor edits. The scientific content by no means changes. That stays, and all of the explanation stays as it is. For instance, I have updated my signature because I had a few more additions in the title and stuff. So that's why it's been updated. So yes, you will find few minor additions here and there, but that does not affect your content in any ways. All right, so be rest assured about that. Okay, so yes, so in the first part, as I said, we have gone through all of this in detail. All right, and now what we will be going through is the second part of this lecture, which is intervention planning and implementation, right? So what I have realized, guys, is that with regarding to your part one of the lecture, where I have gone through the modeling process, what is a logic model, what is a concept map, how do you do a budget, how do you prepare a Gantt chart, um, and yes, so yes, just making sure that I have gone through all of these. Yes, I have in the last lecture, right? So it's all good. Okay. All right. Yep. I just wanted to make sure I have covered all the grounds because I had so much to tell you that just making doubly sure that everything is done. All right. Okay. So, yep. I see my older signature over here again. So let me just change this. So yes, this is the third time that my signature is changing now from the time I have joined University of Canberra. So just bear with me. So see, these are the type of minor edits I'm talking about. So these will keep going on. So that does nothing to confuse you. The content, the science which you are studying, that does not change. All right. So guys, now what we will be covering in your part two of your lecture is intervention planning and implementation. Now this is directly related to your assignment two. Your assignment two is when you're doing you are planning and you are implementing a intervention program. So that is the assignment I'm talking about. All right, so before we go into the details of how do you plan and how do you implement an intervention, let's go through your assignment to Rubric. All right, and before I go through your assignment to Rubric, just keep this in mind that the intervention that you're doing in your classroom, yes, currently right now we will be doing this face-to-face, and there are no such changes in case for any unforced circumstances because of COVID or any such reasons in the future. If things change and if you have to do an online intervention or something like that, I'll definitely keep you posted. But right now, everything stays as it is. We have no such issues at the moment, and we are proceeding with your classroom intervention. Okay, as part of your assignment too. Now, please do remember the intervention that you are doing in your classroom. This will then be translated into the method section for your assignment 3. Your assignment 3 is where you're writing a manuscript, where you have an introduction, methods, results, discussion, and conclusion section. So the method section of your assignment 3 is equal to the intervention that you're doing in the classroom. All right. So whatever you're doing in the classroom, that's your methodology section of your assignment 3. This is just to help you connect the dots between your assignment, because as I said in the first lecture, all of your assignments are connected. This is how they are connected. All right. Okay. So guys, now I'll share with you the rubric for your assignment too. So just bear with me. I'll share the document. Yep. So I believe you can see this document. I'll just confirm once again. Yep. All is good. All right. So yes, this is your assignment to rubric, which is available to you on Canvas. it's worth 35%. Again, it's a group work, but it is individually graded. As you know from the start that all of my assignments are, say, they may seem like group work, but you're getting individual marks. So you can't have it, you can't have more equity than this. Okay, then the duration of your assignment or your intervention, which you are going to be undertaking in the classroom. So yes, the duration of your intervention is approximately 20 to 25 minutes. All right, so keep that in mind. Do not go beyond that. All right, no more than 25 minutes. That's dead set. Okay. So yeah, so it is 20 to 25 minutes of your classroom intervention. And the type of things you will be covering is, of course, you will be giving, for example, if your intervention is on teaching the let me just take this random example. If your target population is the Tongan population and you have to teach them about what is type 2 diabetes, not what is type 2 diabetes, let's just stick to the example. I have given you so many examples. Okay, yeah, I'll just make up another one. So yes, you have a Tongan population as your target population, and you need to, and they already have diabetes. So it's about diabetes management, and your intervention is about teaching them about carbohydrate counting. Okay, so this is a hypothetical topic in case if you have this topic. So now, because this is a simulated intervention, meaning your classmates are your Tongan population. Okay, so these are Tongan adult population who are sitting in the classroom. So think of them as your intervention population. Okay, so yes, you have your target population sitting in front of you. So they are Tongan adults, and you have to teach them about carbohydrate counting. All right, so first you have to provide them a very broad and a brief overview about diabetes, type 2 diabetes, the significance of it, such as the causes and consequences, very briefly. All right, because in your 20-25 minutes, majority of the time, what you want to be doing is actually teaching them carbohydrate counting practically. All right, this is not a conference presentation where you have, say, 25 slides and you're just talking and talking and they are just listening. No, it's not a lecture. It's a hands-on practical intervention. So you give them a brief overview quickly about the world of diabetes. All right, and then you come to the point and explain to them that they will be learning about carbohydrate counting. And yes, so that's what I have said, that you will have a background, you'll have significance of the issue, which is causes and consequences. All right. And then you give them objectives of what is it that they are going to be learning in this intervention for the next 20 minutes. All right. So your objectives will be, say, we'll be learning about carbohydrate counting, where you'll be actually doing a practical session of carbohydrate counting. Then you will say, plan say a mock breakfast using the items regarding the carbohydrate intake that you should be having for your breakfast. So you may do a hands-on activity with them as such. All right, so yes, these are the type of objectives. Your objectives will be very practical in nature for your intervention, because you'll be telling them this is what exactly we are doing as part of this intervention. For example, if you had school children, you may be doing a lunchbox activity with them. That's your objective. You may play with them a Kahoot quiz to see whether they have understood the content that you have taught them. So those are the type of objectives. Basically, your objectives for your assignment to intervention for the purpose of your presentation, they should be something in which the audience, that is your participant population, understands that, oh, okay, this is what we are doing in the next 25 minutes. So basically, those are your objectives. Okay. So we are framing them objectives, but basically you can call them as tasks. What type of various tasks are they doing in the intervention program? Okay. So I hope that makes sense. All right. So yes, this is going to be a simulated intervention. And it's in a format of oral presentation, meaning you will be having PowerPoint slides, but majority of your intervention is going to be a lot of hands-on activity. Okay. And that, of course, it depends upon certain topics. For example, there is one of the topics which you have where you are teaching GP about um, picky eating or something like that. So yes, in that it's going to be more formalized in nature. Whereas intervention which involves, say, preparing lunch boxes or practically teaching carbohydrate counting using a lot of props, that requires a lot more of, say, physical activities. All right. So in class activities rather than, say, 15 slides. Okay. So you may have a few number of slides, but you may have a lot of hands-on things to do in the class. It depends upon your topic. All right. So yes. So yes, the general format is till date students have prepared PowerPoint slides, which is what is generally done. Yes, you do have the options of exploring if you feel that a poster or infographic or something like that is more useful for you. That's totally fine. Then stimulated intervention evaluation format. So what do I mean by this? All of you, irrespective of your topics, have one thing in common, which is you are doing a impact evaluation. What is impact evaluation? That is covered in the evaluation lecture. Basically, impact evaluation is the immediate evaluation or a very a short-term evaluation, meaning you are doing a questionnaire before the intervention and you're doing the same questionnaire after the intervention to see whether the participants' knowledge has improved, which makes absolute sense because, as I said, in this 20 to 25 minutes intervention of yours, the only thing which you can really intervene to some capacity is knowledge and awareness. You cannot intervene a person's BMI or blood sugar levels. That all is not possible. All right. So what you can intervene in this 20 to 25 minutes is just knowledge and awareness. For example, if you're teaching your participants carbohydrate counting, this is very pragmatic. You can definitely test them on their knowledge about carbohydrate counting before the intervention, after the intervention using questionnaires. Does that make sense? And of course, be rest assured, I do teach you about how you will be developing questionnaires for your intervention. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, sorry, I'm just having so many lectures to record, so I forget the track of it. But I believe it is in this very week's tutorial that you're learning about questionnaire development and development of participant consent sheet and all of that. Okay, so it's not too far back that you'll be learning these skills. All right, so your evaluation, the take home message is that evaluation for all of you will be the same, meaning a pre-post questionnaire. All right, so it's the same questionnaire before and after. Obviously, it's the same questionnaire because you want to compare knowledge. All right, so only if it's the same content, you can compare the knowledge pre and post. Okay, so yep, so that's evaluation. And yes, the references which you will be having, for example, in your PowerPoint slide, they should be Vancouver style, okay, or on your poster or whatever you have used. Okay, again, only the group leader will submit the PowerPoint on Canvas. All right, so on Canvas, now this is very important, guys. On Canvas, I only want you to submit your PowerPoint slide or your poster or whatever such say content based say material which you have prepared. It could be a PowerPoint, it could be a poster, it could be an infographic, whatever it is that you have prepared. All the other materials, and I'll talk about what the other materials are, you don't have to submit them on Canvas. Okay, and I'll talk about what these other material are. All right, again, only group leader, one person, your nominated group leader, will submit your PowerPoint, for example, PowerPoint on Canvas. All right, and please make sure when you submit your PowerPoint on Canvas, in your PowerPoint you have a title slide. All right, which is that who are the group members, what are their student IDs, and on each slide you have the student name and the student ID, who's presenting this slide. If I have slide number 1 to 4, if I'm in a group with 2 other students and I'm student number 1, so my name and my student ID will be there on slide 1 to 4 because I'm presenting slide 1 to 4. My group mate, student number 2, may present slide 5 to 10. So her name and student ID will be there in small, say letters on slides 5 to 10. All right. This will help me to recollect and remember who presented what, because I always have a habit of going back, reflecting, and then giving marks. So I'll be, that's how my marking style is. Okay, so I look at your presentation in the class, I give you a lot of feedback, I go back, I again reflect on what is done comprehensively, and then I give you marks. Okay, and guys, for your presentation, you will not be getting written feedback. Okay, like you know how you're getting written feedback on your assignment 1, which is on a Word document, and you will be getting written feedback on your assignment 3, which is a manuscript, again in a Word document. For your assignment 2, I'll give you all of your feedback in class. All right. So yes, you can take a note of the feedback, or however you prefer, or you can remember what I have said. All right. So all of your feedback will be given in class. It does not make sense for me to then type my feedback. I need to give it to you then and there. That will benefit your learning, and it will benefit the group's learning. And please always remember, the critical feedback is not to put you down. It is to support your learning, and not just your learning, even your classmates' learning. As I said, you will be having such sort of say activities when you go on placements, so this has to be a solid learning ground for all of you. All right, so please take this positively. There is nothing personal. It's with all respect, and with my complete intention is for you to have that learning curve. All right, and not just you, but all of you as a group, like all of your classmates together. All right, so of course, for your presentation, you will be dressing, say, formally or in smart casuals, or else if you have a pretty unique topic in which you're catering to children, or if you're catering to, say, say, our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander community member population, and if you want to dress in a specific manner which is more suitable for the audience, that is completely fine. If it is just a regular audience like parents or say GPs or something like that, then you have to dress professionally. Okay, if you do not have a professional attire, please go and buy one from Kmart or Target, wherever, because now you need to own at least one formal outfit, because you'll be going for interviews and you'll be going for so many things after you graduate. You need to have one formal outfit, and this is the time to invest in one. Okay. All right. So don't come in your jeans and baggy pants and short skirts to present. That's not appropriate, because when you go on placements, you're required to dress in a certain manner. And when you are working, especially when you're presenting and things, you're required to dress in a certain manner. Of course, in Australia, we have a very casual attire on regular days. But when you're having a proper presentation, when you're presenting stuff to an audience, you are required to dress systematically. Okay, so that is what I'm asking from. Formal, smart, casual is fine. But yeah, make it look like you are coming, like, means where you are a person of respect and, like, dignity. Yeah. Don't just come in tank tops and things. It's not appropriate, guys. Come on, you'll be graduating very soon. Okay, so guys, these are the things which you need to give me in the class, and these are the things which you do not have to submit on Canvas. Okay, hard copy for me is enough. All right. So yes, give me a printout of your presentation, and this is an exception. This, as I said, if you have a PowerPoint presentation, that does need to go on Canvas. All right, but do give me a printout for your PowerPoint slides as well. It helps me to note down my feedback at that time and then give it to you in the class. Okay, so yes, all of this should be given to me in one folder. Okay, don't give me like papers scattered everywhere. That's very unprofessional. Some of these students or groups have done it previously, and I asked them, would you do this, if you were working? All right, you wouldn't do this. This would not look nice. All right, so please make a neat folder out of this and give it to me. All right. So yes, the first thing which you should have in your folder is printout of your PowerPoint slide, also submitted on Canvas. Then you should have questionnaire printout. Okay, so please note this one thing. When I'll be teaching you exactly how do you make questionnaires for your assignment 2, right? And your questionnaire is equal to evaluation. That is how you're conducting evaluation. For your intervention, you have pre-post questionnaire, and these are your evaluation tools. Okay. I would strongly encourage, and this is what groups have done in the previous year as well. They have made online questionnaires. Okay, they have used Google form, and they have made online questionnaire, pre-questionnaire and post-questionnaire. So for example, if I am your participant, okay, and you are asking me to complete your questionnaire, on your online questionnaire, you have recorded my name, student ID. So yes, and you know what is your pre-questionnaire and post-questionnaire because you have designed them on Google Form. So when you send me the links, because you have my name, you automatically know, okay, these are Rati's questionnaire, pre and post, and then student two's questionnaire, pre and post, like that, okay? Why am I strongly encouraging you to develop your questionnaire online? Because use all of your 20 to 25 minutes for your intervention. The things which you're going to do in class, the things which you're going to be teaching to your simulated audience. Okay. So please use this time for your intervention. Do not waste time in the classroom asking people to complete your questionnaire. Okay. Which means lesser time for your intervention, and then people rush their intervention, and it's not a very good job. So yes, please don't do that. What I would strongly encourage, as a group, come together, and class reps can support you in organizing this. And this is what all students have done. Like, in my previous years, they come together on, say, as a group in the class. They use Facebook as a platform or anything else, like whatever you guys use. Last year, I think Facebook is what was used by students to communicate among themselves. Some students, they used two platforms. They used Facebook, and they also used the discussion board, like, how you can communicate with your wider student cohort on Canvas discussion board. So they did use that. Okay, so feel free to use whatever platform you want. Come together as a group and have a common consensus, and prepare your pre-questionnaires, and give enough time for your audience to complete it. Okay, at least all of you together as a group launch your questionnaires, like, say, relatively on the same day, and then give the same deadline, and everybody has to complete each other's questionnaire, because, like, at the end, all of you need the data for analysis. Okay, so the questionnaire which is completed, guys, in assignment 2, okay, these questionnaires which you're going to complete, this will form the result section for your manuscript. Does that make sense? You see how this is a beautiful simulated project. Here you are actually collecting data from your intervention in assignment 2, and this data will then be presented in the result section for your manuscript. Okay, and of course, I'll be teaching you the entire data analysis. For example, if you have, say, a data set, like if you have, say, hypothetically speaking, if you have 25 students in the class and you have 25 questionnaires, pre-questionnaire and post-questionnaire, 25 and 25, all right? So then I'll be teaching you how to undertake data analysis for these 25 questionnaires using SPSS, and then to derive your results section for your manuscript. So be rest assured, I'll be holding your hand throughout the process, and I'll be teaching you every step required in the way. All right, but try following my guidelines as much as possible. You will be less stressed that way. Okay. So yes, pre-questionnaire and post-questionnaire. See, now this is about being, say, street smart. Okay. Yes, all of you are pretending to be a simulated audience. Sometimes your classmate will be children. Sometimes your classmate will be indigenous community members. Sometimes your classmate will be, say, the Samoan adults. So they are going to be various people depending upon your topic for you. But in real sense, these are your student dietitians. Okay, so what last year, and it was really smart. Last year, the students had excellent coordination among themselves, even though there was the COVID havoc and everything, but they did a fantastic job in having a good harmony among the group. So it was a very harmonized group last year. So I'll just give you and share tips with what they had done, and see whatever is useful for you, and you can take on board and modify as you deem suitable. So last year, what they had done, they smartly released both the pre-questionnaire and post-questionnaire at the same time, because they knew that these students are student dietitian and they will get the topic anyway. So they released everything at the same time, and they just gave a deadline that on this deadline, we need all of these questionnaires back. Okay. So that is what they did. So you can do something similar or the same thing, depends upon how you want to work as a group. But I would strongly encourage you to come together as a group and decide the best way forward. So yes, the take-home messages: make online questionnaires, The platform which is commonly used is the free platform Google Form. And yes, release your questionnaires to the class as soon as possible so that they have time to complete your questions and things. And then when I talk about data analysis, I share with you, I'll just flag it with you right now, that some students, some of your classmates will give you missing data and they will not complete the entire questionnaire, which is appalling, because over here you're trying to learn skills. Okay, this is not like, you're not doing this in a real life setting, you're doing it in a simulated setting. You need to be helpful towards each other, because right now everybody wants to learn the skills. Once you have perfected the skills, then you are ready to deal with real life issues. Okay, so in skill learning, please don't have missing data and stuff like that. And if students have, not completed your questionnaire, then just make up data. Okay, because over here the entire intention is for you to learn the skills, rather than say wait on students to like complete the questionnaire and then catch that student to request them to, that they have missed out 2 questions and stuff like that. Don't do all of that. Your time is very precious. Right now your main intention is, let me learn how to do the program planning cycle correctly. And these type of issues, when they come up in real life, that's a different scenario. Right now, learn the skills. Okay, so yes, so a questionnaire, but even if you are making your questionnaires on Google Form, you need to give me a printout of the same so I can review the questionnaire. All right. And or else some students, they choose to make a Word document questionnaire for me, and this questionnaire then they put it online and stuff like that, they type it online, which is really great. It helps me better if you have the questionnaire in a Word document format printed out for me. Okay, so yes, what I need in your folder is your hard copy of your questionnaire, pre and post both. Okay, then I need your participant information sheet and consent form. Okay, so you just have to make one participant information sheet and consent form, which will be given to me as a hard copy. All right, I just want to see whether you have the right skills in making. This is what I'm talking about. Learn the skills at this moment. All right, so I will be teaching you how to make participant information sheet, consent form. That is what you have to submit to me in this folder. Just one copy, hard copy of each PIS and consent form. You don't actually have to give the consent form and PIS to all of your, say, hypothetically speaking, 25 students in the class. No, you don't have to do that. Okay, but yes, in real life, as you have appreciated and as you know, you would be actually taking the signed consent from each and every participant of yours. But right now, in the interest of time, and I respect you have so many deliverables in this unit and you have so many other units to study, to save you time and to effectively take you forward, just submit these one copy of these documents to me and I'll be more than happy and assured to see you know how to make these things. And that's okay. Like, you can give this to the participants when you are on your placements, or, when you have these sort of project opportunities. And the last thing which I need in the folder is anything which you have created extra, okay, which is a good thing. You may have made a flyer for your participants or a recipe booklet or whatever sort of patient education or participant education resources that you have created. Please do have them in the folder as well. Okay, some of them have asked me that during the COVID, of course, we could not do that. We had everything online. But in previous years, students have actually made the recipes in class and then they have shared the recipe with their classmates, and the students have had the opportunity to nibble on some yummy food and stuff like that. Can you do that this year? We will just go by what the scenario is before your presentation, and I'll make an announcement. Okay, so I'll make an announcement on Canvas, and if I forget, class reps, please do remind me. But yes, so we will just see how the scenario is. I don't want to promise you something and then break your heart that, oh no, now you cannot do it. We'll just see, we'll just play it by the ear. Okay, we'll see what happens. All right, so guys, I hope this is very clear. These are the, say, 5 main things that I need in your folder, and you need to hand this to me before you start your in-class presentation. Okay, so right now, yes, this states that we are having an in-class presentation. No issues about it. You have your presentations in week 9 and week 10 during your tutorial time in the class. So all of that stays as it is. I have told you about, yes, I've told you about all of this. So yes, guys, how will you be marked individually? So guys, how my presentations are marked individually is I see what you are presenting in the class. Okay, be it on your PowerPoint slide, be it on your part of thing which you have to do with your potential audience, or any other resources that you have made. So I see how you are presenting and what is your content and your contribution, and you will be awarded marks for that. All right. So for example, if I am there as a student with two more other students, and if I'm not very confident in my presentation skills, if I'm always reading out of say flashcards and notes, and I'm not really having a good patient interaction skills or participant interaction skills in the classroom when I'm teaching them about how to make a healthy lunch box, then I will be given bad marks. That's such a layman way to say, but yes, I will be not given good marks. I may get a credit, but my peers who are in the same group, if they have done a really good job in engagement in their content, in their scientific content which they are presenting, then they may be given Ds and HDs. So you see how the three of us are in the same group, but student number 2 and 3, they may get Ds and HDs, and I may get a C. It just all depends upon what you present and how you present. Two important things: what and how. Okay. So yes, guys, this is the breakup of your marks. All right. So 15 marks are devoted to your content. Okay. What are you presenting? What are you talking in the class? What sort of activity which you are doing in the class? Is this like, say, based in, say, scholarly material? Does this make sense? Is it like scientifically sound? So I see all of those, is there logic behind this? Is it coherent? Is it like, grounded in science? Okay, so yes, your content, which is the what part of it, has 15 marks. Then your evaluation tool has 7 marks. Evaluation tools are your questionnaire. See over here, I have even written it for you. Pre-post questionnaire. Yes, I would highly prefer you don't give me a Google form printout, but you actually prepare your questionnaire in a Word document like I'll be showing you in the next video. It helps me with my marking. Okay, so if possible, do that, and then you can copy paste the same thing from the Word document into your Google form for your classmate, your potential audience. But yes, so your questionnaire, your pre-post questionnaire, they carry 7 marks. Okay, so 7 marks are allocated for your development of your pre-post questionnaire. Then you have your presentation style, which is how are you presenting. Okay, so the content, what is 15 marks, your evaluation tool is 7 marks, then your presentation style, how are you presenting, engagement. For example, when I give you lectures, it is very highly unlikely that you will fall asleep. Okay, because I have so much of voice modulation, I stress on things which are important, I try to grab your attention. All right, so I try my level best to engage you in my speech. And this is the type of, you need to be like, you need to start developing these public speaking skills, is because as a dietitian's job is not like a microbiologist where you're just quietly working in a lab. You are going to be a people's person. You have chosen a profession in which you have to advocate yourself to a different stakeholders and audiences. All right, so yes, presentation style therefore is important. All right, then will be your resources. So these resources, that's why I strongly encourage that you develop resources. It is like 7 marks. Okay, of course you can develop resources in pairs. For example, myself and student number 2, both of us together have developed this recipe booklet. No worries, that's totally fine. Both of you will get the same marks out of 7. So maybe you may get, both of you may get 7 out of 7, 6 out of 7, 5 out of 7, but both of you will get the same marks. But how will I know who has developed these resources? That's why whichever resources you develop, if you develop a flyer, recipe booklet, whatever it is, please have your name and student ID in that resource, maybe at the end or wherever, but enough visible enough for me to see, so that I know that, oh, okay, student X and Y has developed this resource, so both of them should get the same marks for this. Okay, so you need to have some sort of contribution in resource development. Okay, so I'll leave that up to you. what sort of resources you will be developing, because when you are having an intervention session, even in placement with participants, you need to have some sort of resources. Okay, so that depends upon you what sort of resources they are. Okay, so there is that is not hard and fast, as long as you have some patient participant education resources. All right, then this is basically feedback round, and if your classmates have any questions and things, don't worry, they do not, that doesn't carry any marks. Okay, so I giving you feedback, that does not, like, means hamper you. Feedback, as I said, should be a strong learning experience. So like if you cannot answer a couple of questions which I have for you, or if your classmates have for you, that shouldn't pull you down in your marks. You will be marked on what you have presented and how you have presented. All right, this all is more say informal in nature. Okay, because I don't want you to be burdened with, oh, I did not answer this question, that's why she gave me bad marks. No, it's not like that. It's upon the scientific content you have presented and stuff like that. Okay, so yeah, guys, so yeah, that's I guess, yeah, that's the rubric. I'm just looking at it again. Have I covered everything? Yep, I have covered everything. All right. Okay. So guys, now I'll go on back to the slides. So that's why I wanted to make a separate video of this, because this is so very much ingrained in your assignment too. It is teaching you how to do your assignment too. So it's like a video which I have made to teach you about how do you undertake your assignment too. So it's best to make a separate video for it. Whereas the first part of it, which was logic modeling and stuff like that, of course, you will be developing those resources for assignment 3, but they do have wider implications. All right, so they are still part of the actual like teaching content as well. Therefore, the video for that one is different. All right, so now guys, I'll go back to the PowerPoint slide. Yep. All right, so as I said, the intervention which you do in the classroom, that is equal to your method section for your assignment 3. I should also make a note which would be helpful for you, that the evaluation which you do in the classroom, I would say classroom evaluation. See, this is the kind of things I'm saying, guys, that, I keep on adding these minor things, and then I put in the most updated slide even after I record my video, just to help you out, that these sort of little notes may help you, or if there are any such technical things like my signature or something. So please don't mind if my PowerPoint slide is not exactly identical to what I had in the video, because I do make such minor amendments once I review everything and when I put it on Canvas. Okay, so now guys, the classroom evaluation which you do, which is in form of your pre-post questionnaire, this will equate to your result section, okay, of your assignment 3. So you see how your assignment 2 is so very much important in building up your assignment 3. You cannot do your assignment 3 if you do not do your assignment 2. Your assignment 2 is like the foundation for your assignment 3. Okay, so like, and please make sure that all of you have your 100% attendance on the days of your assignment. It is absolutely not possible for you to proceed on your assignment 3 if you do not do your assignment 2. Okay, so make sure you are available on that one day. Okay, so everything else I have tried to make it very convenient for you. Have your lectures online, have all of our consultation sessions online, so you can, like, go along with your work life schedule and stuff like that. But you need to be there for this one important day in class. Okay, right now it is in class and everything is good, but in case if things change for any unforeseen reason, I'll let you know. Okay, so yes guys, now moving on further, assignment 2. So yes, as I said, this is what I covered in the rubrics as well, that you will be providing a broad background about your health issue and the significance of it, but do not waste a lot of time on this, because as I said, that majority of your time should be devoted to what you're actually teaching your participants. Okay. So devote your time to what you actually have to teach them. All right. And of course, we will be having detailed consultation sessions for this assignment as well. And so any doubts which you have, we will be discussing in the consultation sessions. And that's why consultation sessions I have kept for all of your assignments, so that you can avoid those mistakes. You can learn beforehand, so you get better marks at the end for your final stuff. Okay, so this I have covered in detail for your in your rubric. And yes, your content should be evidence based. Of course, your postgraduate students, I don't need to tell you that. So yes, you can't have references such as Wikipedia or yeah, any of those. Okay, so yeah, so then you have yes, as I said, you can use various ways to implement your intervention. You could have, for your overview, you could have, say, a PowerPoint slide, but then you will have your participant education resources, which will help in your intervention. You will have recipe booklets, pamphlets. Some of them have had skits and like role plays they have done to aid the, teaching and the intervention implementation. So there is no one strategy, guys. I can't give you one formula for this. This is, of course, your own creativity and your scholarship. So I'll leave this up to you, how you would like to do this. Okay, then it is, yes, always before you start your presentation, what would be very useful and important as well is to tell your audience who they are supposed to be, because this is in a simulated setting. Your classmates do not know all of the say 10 or 15 topics or whatever we have, how many ever topics we have, they don't know all of these topics. So you need to tell before you begin your simulated intervention, tell your classmates you are supposed to be indigenous community members, adults with type 2 diabetes, and we are going to be doing an intervention on this target population. So that is what you are supposed to pretend to be. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so please tell your audience who they are supposed to be. Okay, and let me see what I've written. Oh yes, and yes, of course, this is very important, guys. The rapport building and the engagement which you have with your potential participant audience is so very much important, because in real life, what happens if your say if your participant audience understands your intervention well, if they feel confident after the intervention, they will spread this to 4 other people. This will only say improve your image as a health professional. Okay, so dietetic field is very small, and this is how you gain potential say clients. If you are, say, doing a private practice, this is how you gain a positive name for yourself. If you're working in hospitals and community centers, because these patients or participants, they then when they interact with your supervisors and seniors, they say, oh, I loved her intervention, I could understand this so well, I have started doing these and these things at home. And this is how, like, spreading a good word about yourself is possible when you have a strong rapport and engagement with your audience, and when they can understand you well. Okay, so this is very important. So do not take this assignment lightly. Learn as much as possible from this assignment, because this is a lot of you would be doing intervention implementation in your placements. Okay, so it's a good preparatory ground for you. All right, then you have, yes, evaluation. As I said, you will be having pre-post evaluation surveys or questionnaire, whatever you would like to call it. They are going to be based on knowledge and awareness. And this is a very short intervention, as I said, 20 to 25 minutes. You cannot change person's BMI and weight and all of those things. All you can modify is the individual's knowledge and awareness. Okay, please have your questionnaires, as I've provided more details about this on the rubric. Please develop your questionnaires online, both pre and post. Give enough time to your classmates to complete the questionnaires for you. All right. Come together as a group and plan this thing out. All right. And class reps, I would strongly encourage you to lead this discussion for your group, as this will support to steer them in the right direction. Okay. And guys, I tell you and I explain you more about how you can, what sort of questions and how do you development for your for your say pre-post questionnaire. So I won't go into details of this because I have an entire tutorial video devoted to teaching you how do you develop your pre-post questionnaire for your assignment too. Okay, so there is an entire video devoted to that. So I won't go into the details about this right now. Okay, then your pre-post, yes. So don't worry about this slide because I go into much detail about this in that video where I'm teaching you how to develop a questionnaire. In brief, you will be collecting some social demographic information such as age, gender, stuff like that. All right, so those will be your participant characteristics and they will inform your table 1 and your assignment 3. Don't be confused. I talk about all of this in much more detail in the videos which are soon to come. Okay, then yes, the responses which you get, as I said, the questionnaires, collecting these questionnaire data is so important because this data will then be translated into the results section for your assignment 3. Okay, yes, your pre-post questionnaire will be identical and in what ways and in what detail, all of that covered in the other video. Okay, so yes, see example Word document. I won't show you the Word document right now. Instead, I thought it would be best for me to make a separate video for it rather than to club all these things over here because this is a very detailed thing which I want to explain. So I have done this separately. Okay. And breaking this down into short videos, guys, it helps me also because speaking for such a long time is very difficult. So I realize it is best for me to break down this into manageable pieces. Okay. So yep, that's that. So guys, yes. So see, this is what I'm saying. After this lecture, you will be followed by your tutorial video and slides. And your slides I have just clubbed in this. You do not have separate tutorial slides. All of these slides, questionnaire, information sheet, consent form, all of these are Word documents. Okay, so for this tutorial, you actually have Word documents rather than PowerPoint slides. So in this, I have clubbed in your part 1 slides, which is those the modeling one, like all of this budget and Gantt chart and all of this, all of your slides are over here. Then I have your part 2, which is your intervention planning and implementation. It's all clubbed over here. And then your couple of tutorial slides are clubbed over here, but don't worry, this is not it. Your tutorial video, which is there, your tutorial basically is in a form of a Word documents rather than PowerPoint slides. Okay, so that's why everything is clubbed over here. The slide numbering is different. In the last video, I mentioned slide number 28, but then I had shuffled the slides again. So don't mind the slide numbering. These are the slides which you will be having on Canvas, but your tutorial is covered in form of Word documents and everything will be much clearer when you look at my next video on the tutorial when I'm explaining to you how do you develop the questionnaire, pre and post questionnaire, how do you develop participant information sheet, how do you develop consent form. All of these are Word documents. So my entire video is not using PowerPoint slides. It is using Word documents. Okay. So this is just the most important thing from the Word document. I copy pasted it over here to teach you how do you calculate mean scores. This all will not make a lot of sense right now. I cover this in detail in the video. First, I need to teach you the Word documents before you understand these PowerPoint slide. Okay. So don't worry, I do refer to this in the next video, so it won't be confusing for you. Okay, but just bear with me, have a little bit of patience, look at the next video, then it will all make sense. Okay, so yes, in your next video, I'll be, no, this is not for the next video, this is week 7. Oh yes, so all of your week 7 guys, so your lecture time for your week 7 and your tutorial time for your week 7, both of the time slots are devoted for your assignment to consultation sessions. Okay. So I'll be getting in touch with the class reps, and the class reps, just like how you have done previously, they will be making a schedule for who is going to be there at what time for the consultation session, which group is going to be there. Yes, your consultation sessions are going to be online. They are going to be on Canvas, on virtual Blackboard, which is where we always have them. This all will be coordinated with me and between your classmates, class reps and myself. So yes, in your consultation, you can bring in doubts regarding your questionnaire development, regarding any of the other resources which you have developed for your intervention, the intervention ideas if you want to discuss anything and everything about assignment two, make the most of it during your consultation. Most 99% of these students, they come very well prepared for the consultation session, which is great. They maximize this opportunity. They come prepared with their doubts, which is great. Some of them, they still come unprepared and they ask me, so is this sort of a lecture where you'll be talking? No, I will not be talking in that. You will be asking me your questions. Okay, so please understand the value of consultation session. This is led by you. This is not led by me. Okay, I'm there to support you, guide your queries, but you are the one coming up with questions. Okay, so this is what the consultation sessions are about. All right, for those who still haven't got it, as I said, majority of you have completely got the idea, and that's why we could do the consultation sessions smoothly. For your first assignment, the same protocol will be followed. Okay, so guys, do look up the next video which talks about questionnaire development, participant information sheet, consent form, things like that. Okay, so yes guys, I think that's about it from my end to explain you how you do your assignment too in this video, and I'll see you shortly in the next one. So thank you for your time, and I'll sign off now.